All right, guys, my last loaf of bread had basically no top. Not really sure what happened. I think my well was a little bit too deep. So today, my experimentation with a loaf of white bread is going to be to not do a well. As you can see, I've got everything prepped, along with the steps for inserting everything into the bread maker. And so, yeah, let's get this party started. We've got our 1 3/4 cups of warm water first. So we're just going to dump that right on in there. Boom. And then we are going to do our 2 tablespoons of sugar. Get it in there nice and evenly. I'm sure it doesn't actually matter the way that I did that. But I did it anyway. I'm going to do it again with the salt. There we go. And then we're going to do our 2 tablespoons of butter. Just drop these in here. We're just following the order that's listed on the thing, because that's what it seems we're supposed to do. It also helps to put the butter directly into the warm water for melting, soften it up a little bit so that it can do its thing. And now for the flour. So this is we're gonna use the big 1 cup to scoop it out. I've already measured this, so I know it's 4 cups of flour. So now it's just really important to get it all in here evenly. And then I might start using the tablespoon. We'll see. Yeah, I think I'm going to. I'll leave that out just in case. So then we can just really make sure to get this in here nice and evenly. Fill up these areas along the side and stuff so that we can have a nice even loaf of bread. One of the really important things with this that you're going to see is it's really important to not position the yeast to touch the water. So that's why it's super important to do the bread on top and nice and evenly, because we don't want that to let the yeast get wet. I think that could be part of the problem I had last time, was too deep of a well. And so then the yeast hit the water prematurely. And so then it also didn't keep a top. The top collapsed. It's never good, but the bread was like fine, you know. It was a good texture. It was in decent shape through most of the loaf. So, you know, it wasn't terrible. I'm not using a microphone today, so if you can hear that and you're a bit annoyed by it, I'm sorry, but I opted not to use a microphone today. We're just going right in for it. So there's the flour. And now I'm going to go for a gentle, even distribution of the yeast and see what this does for our loaf of bread. So as you can see, we've got everything in there. So we're going to close this puppy. This bread machine, we want to make sure it's set to basic. I like the medium, so does my wife, and we've got that timer set for 3:45. So now we're just going to click start and rock and roll. This thing does the whole bit, you know, the mixing of everything down there, and then cooks it. I am not as brave as my wife, so I will not be pulling this loaf out once it's like started to form, to remove the little paddles, so there will be holes in our bread. I'm okay with that for now, since I'm the one making the bread. Giddy up. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you again once the bread is done.